My contact with the gay organization has really been very, 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 very significant in affecting my life.
Rochester has always been a good place for gay people to be, and I think that's primarily because of the Alliance.
One of the things that when you're part of this organization, you're not alone anymore. And we do great things as an organization because we're not one individual.
To understand how it survived to become what it is today, it's important to know how it started. What is now the Gay Alliance began in 1970 on the campus of the University of Rochester, primarily as a student organization with a different name, the Gay Liberation Front, the first phase of the courageous effort, the first Faces of Courage. Bob Osborne, Whitey LeBlanc, Karen Hagberg, R.J. Alcala, Patty Evans, Walt Delaney, and Bob Crystal.
I walked down to this lounge. The only two women, Karen Hagberg and Pat, they were still wearing dresses and they had pigtails. And then there was the flamboyant gay man and, you know, a couple other gay men. And I just kept walking. So I didn't attend that first planning meeting. I was really fearful about coming out on that campus. But when I did come out, and it was right after our first meeting, we held a dance, and it was the most wonderful experience of my life.
It became obvious that to both the students and us that, you know, maybe we better form an organization in the city and let the Gay Liberation Front be an organization for students. So when we landed at Brown Street, which is in the Bull's Head area, a location that was given to us free to use. It was in the back of an old burned-out drugstore, unheated.
The women started a group called Gay Revolution of Women, GROW.
GROW had their headquarters at the Genesee Co-op, and as they and the men's group compared notes, they began to see that it would make good economic sense for the two groups to share space as well as their ideals. So the men's group moved to the co-op too.
So we had a men's group and a women's group, and we were housed in Genesee Co-op, and so we had our separate offices. And then we started the Gay Alliance of the Genesee Valley as a way that the men and women could work together.
There was the Speakers Bureau, whose mission was to bring to the community an accurate portrayal of homosexuals by providing speakers to local organizations. The Empty Closet followed too, a newspaper meant not just to help closeted gays come out, but to inform and give a sense of community and a common voice.
While I was in Rochester, I got recruited by my friend Wilfred LeBlanc to produce the newspaper for the Gay Liberation Front, which was meeting at that time at the University of Rochester. And Whitey talked me into it by saying, oh, it's just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper you got to write on, and just fill one up. That you'll be able to do that with meeting notices and everything. I was editor of for the first 6 or so years of its life. And I really feel a great deal of pride and satisfaction in knowing that I helped the Empty Closet get started and help move it into some of the capable hands that it's in today. It is, I understand, the oldest gay newspaper in New York, and I think the second oldest in the United States. It started about the time that the Blade in Washington and the Advocate in California started. And I think the Empty Closet has made Rochester a much better town for gay people. And for that I am really grateful that I had an opportunity to help do that. We decided we were going to crash a Democrats' candidates' night. When the last candidate rose to speak, and that last candidate was Midge Costanza. Midge Costanza forthrightly and honestly and very positively answered all of our questions. And she was elected to the city council. And this began a political career for Midge Costanza that ended in the White House as an assistant to the President, Jimmy Carter.